The Quant network is working with some of the biggest central banks and financial institutions in the world to harness the power of their Quant overledger technology. Now, this technology is powered by the Quant altcoin here, which is currently sitting at $82 and a market cap of under $1 billion in 75th place here in terms of its ranking. So in today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show, I want to give you guys a brief update on this altcoin and what I am looking for from Quant in the future. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do enjoy the content, please consider hitting that sub and like button and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when all of our latest videos go live on the channel. So we're going to hop right into today's altcoin of discussion, and that's going to be Quant. And I have received quite a few questions on the channel about why I have not been covering this altcoin as much recently. So I do want to talk about all that in today's video. And I do think that it is a good time to kind of talk about this again, as the altcoin has fallen below a $1 billion market cap, which I don't believe has happened since, maybe 2022 in the bear market, maybe briefly, but we are officially now back below that 1 billion level. And I do kind of want to talk about what I think is going on with this project. So for those of you that are not exactly aware of what the Quant network is, what they do, they basically work with some of the biggest central banks and financial institutions in the world. And what they do is service them with their Quant overledger technology. Now, the Quant overledger here is basically a technology that allows for the tokenization of assets through their overledger, through their distributed ledger technology. And this actually allows financial institutions to not only tokenize assets, but to also actually have it made on any chain supported by their ledger and have these assets actually be seamlessly transferable through these different chains. So assets of all kinds, from sovereign currencies to funds, are being tokenized on blockchain. And that is definitely something that financial institutions are very bullish on, and that is exactly what Quant is targeting here with their tech that they are offering. So I want to actually go ahead and showcase this page right here, which kind of breaks down exactly what the Quant overledger has going on. And basically what it allows people to do is build on any chain supported by their tech, and they can basically tokenize these assets. This means things like, obviously I think the most common use cases would be digital currencies. But there are also other use cases for this: carbon credits, NFTs, and then, tokenizing other real world assets. And you can see here that you are able to connect your assets to other blockchain networks through their built-in bridge. With Overledger APIs, you can easily build multi-chain decentralized applications and add interoperable functions to your project. And they actually have it right here on the homepage that they are working with some of the biggest banks in the world. We've covered their work with the Bank for International Settlements, LAC chain, which is the Latin America chain, the UK regulated liability network. And we've also spoken about the CEO behind the company, okay? When we talk about any sort of altcoin, the first thing I do want to mention here is this tweet from the Quant network that touches upon their work with the Central Bank of England. It did not just stop there, okay? They were also working with other participants like the Bank of Canada, Barclays, MasterCard, and Amazon, all who built and tested CBDC payment flows on their platform, okay, on the Quant overledger. Now, if we take a look at Gilbert Verdian's LinkedIn, and I do think it's important, right? When you're looking at an altcoin and you do have these founding teams, you want to take a look at their experience, take a look at their connections. And Gilbert Verdian definitely has no shortage of these, okay? So we can see here on his LinkedIn account, it's going to be some random bots messaging me. As always, I just want to go here. So in terms of the experience, we can see right off the bat that, it's pretty apparent why he does have some of these connections that he does have. This is not the correct page. Let's go back. Yeah, experience right here. So show experience. Yeah, so we can see here that he worked as a consultant and senior manager for security at Ernst & Young. He worked as the CSO and deputy CTO at the HM Treasury, security projects and programs at HSBC, integrated supply and trading at BP, security lead at the Ministry of Justice UK, chief information security officer at VocaLink, a MasterCard company, and he is currently still the CEO and founder of Quant. And then if we take a look at his volunteer experience as well, you can see here, EU Blockchain Observatory and Forum member, Secure Payments Task Force, work with the Bank of England, the Fed Payments Improvement Community for the Federal Reserve, and a member board of directors for the Digital Pound Foundation. So definitely lots of connections. And when you think about that, it does make a lot of sense that these institutions are looking towards the Quant Overledger for their tokenization and interoperability solutions. And how exactly does the Quant token play into this? Well, the Quant token must be provided to the Quant network in exchange for an annual license, which actually allows developers and institutions to build on the platform. Developers will be able to obtain an annual license to develop apps on Overledger through the purchase of Quant tokens equivalent to a fixed fiat amount. Additionally, Quant tokens are used to validate, sign, and encrypt every transaction that flows through Overledger. Every enterprise client, dev, user, and application validates each transaction using their Quant linked to their ID and account, and no transaction can flow through Overledger without being securely validated by Quant tokens itself. This is not an official infographic from the Quant team. It's more the one that they've actually put together. But if you do take a look at their frequently asked questions place here on the website, and if we actually go ahead and Control F and search Quant, let's go ahead and find it right here. Yeah, so what is the purpose of Quant? It is a utility token used as a form to gain access to Quant services, most notably as a way for customers to use Overledger. So you can see here that the Quant token, they say, is an integral part of the platform, used most notably to pay for software licenses and sending transactions, but not the main focus of their efforts. And this is why I kind of want to talk about the price action as well, because I do think this is part of the reason that the Quant price action is suffering. I think that, we've said it for a long time. This team is not looking to appeal to retail. They are looking to appeal to some of the biggest financial institutions in the world. And I think that when retail sees a lack of news or they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, that you do start to see people leaving the project, getting impatient, chasing other coins. And it's really just been a big part of the reason I haven't been covering it lately, is because honestly, there hasn't been a lot of news to go off of. And from a technical perspective, this coin has actually just broken below the key area of support, in my opinion, actually 3 different key areas. So, the first thing here is this kind of range it was trading in between $85 and $150. Now we can see here that $85 did act as support on multiple occasions. Right now it looks like it is breaking down below it. It also broke down below the long-term uptrending channel that it had been respecting since the previous bull market. Additionally, it did also break down below the bull market support band indicator right here. If I go ahead and hide the drawings, you can see that we have now broken below it. And yeah, I mean, that's really why there hasn't been too much to talk about lately. It is once again in the bottom area of this range. The altcoin market has seen a pretty big dip over the past month, so it's not like it's just Quant here that's kind of been moving to the downside. However, I think the Quant is kind of, but a big thing with Quant is that it had such a good year in 2022, right? We were in the middle of a bear market. All these coins were crashing. Meanwhile, Quant went on about a 300, actually even more if we measure, it was about a 440% move here, from $42 all the way up to $228 in the middle of a bear market, okay? Quant had a fantastic 2022 when most other altcoins were getting destroyed. However, in 2023 and in 2024, it definitely has been a laggard. And I do often talk about Chainlink when I talk about Quant. There's a lot of similarities between the two projects in terms of, what they're looking to achieve. But also, something that we saw from Chainlink here was this consolidation for 525 days, okay? So just about a year and a half, a year and 3/4 in between that area. And then we finally saw Chainlink make a massive breakout move to the upside. And on that breakout, it actually ran up about 130%. If you want to measure measure the breakout from the bottom of the range, if you were accumulating there, it's more like a 356% move. So I definitely am not ruling out the possibility that Quant is forming a very similar pattern here where it is just kind of consolidating in this range. In fact, if we take a look and, we can really go ahead and measure this range. I want to say all the way back here because it has kind of come out and broken down below, but for the most part, it's been in this range right now for, look at that, 882 days from 2022. If we want to go ahead and measure it from after the bear market when it's officially been in this range, it's looking a lot more like Chainlink at 581 days, still longer period of consolidation than the Link token itself. And yeah, I definitely do think that when this coin does break out, it will be a very big move. But in the meantime, we are not there. We just broke down below 85 bucks, which was the bottom half of this range. And if we do see a continuation of its move to the downside, I would not be surprised to even see this coin dip back into the $60 to $50 area here where this line of support is drawn on the chart. Now, the good news here with that is that, if Quant was to come back down to this level, I mean, the last time we came back down to this level, like I said, is when we saw that 450% move, and that was in the middle of a bear market, right? So if we could actually see Quant kind of make its way back down, if we see altcoin market sentiment start to shift and turn positive, then this thing could definitely go on a nice run off of that bounce. So I do want to know what you guys think about the Quant token. Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you all enjoyed the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.